Welcome back to Papua New Guinea. My name is Ryan. I'm here in Madang this morning. Man, look at the sky today. Absolutely beautiful. This is probably one of the nicest, actually it is the nicest day I've had yet flying this year in 2024. I'm going to be taking you up on a flight. I don't think I've ever taken you on this specific route before because I think I've only done it maybe once ever. But I'm heading from Madang up to Mount Hog in about a 39-minute flight. We're going to shoot the practice instrument approach into there, just for something to do for myself, just for practice and things. So let's get going. It's going to be beautiful, so no dramas with weather. All right, I just landed about 15 minutes ago. We landed with 830 pounds of fuel, so let's get that put in first. And let's just go, well, let's see, not recent. Let's go to nearest. It's not coming up yet. We'll wait for that. Hasn't found itself yet. Go! But let's go ahead and get started, get our fuel back on, because we're a little bit on a side slope today. ATT's about started at 250. Got to bring it down to it's under 200. Low pressure in as high as it can get. And now I'm watching the NG. The NG is going to be coming up over 35%. Then I'm looking at ITT. Watching that white needle to see how fast it's coming up. If it's coming up super fast, then I know maybe something's wrong and I might get like a hot start.
TAWS system test, okay.
Right, now let's see if, there we go, nearest Madang. And we'll go ahead and put in Mount Hagen. So 96.5 miles, about 40-minute flight. Let's go ahead and hit depart over here. We're going out at 8,000, so, and one POB, hit send. There we go. Our VREF, our rotate speed is going to be 55 knots today. And so I'm going to put that actually down here at the bottom. So 55 knots, and then if I come down here, if we had to come back in, it's going to be 64 knots. Do our Z check starting up here, make sure all of our radio frequencies, things like that, are where we want them. We'll get weather here in just a minute. We've got 8,000, 1014, and that's it for that. And get our weather here.
Normal, cloud, view, 1,000 feet, temperature 29er, dew point 26, QNH 1014. Caution, bird strike hazard exists. Acknowledge information, Bravo.
Madang Tower, November Tango Zulu requesting taxi Hagen 1 POB with information, Bravo.
November Tango Zulu, roger. Taxi runway 0, correction at 25. Enter backtrack lineup, time 53.
Clear to backtrack lineup, runway 25, November Tango Zulu. Alright, fuel caps and selectors, our controls are good. Pause is enabled for now. We've got all of our switches and instruments. We've got to get our, got the weather radar on this airplane, so we've got to get it going, warming up. Our trims are already set, and we'll do our abort. Basically 500 feet after where I'm going, then I will either stop on the runway or after takeoff, we'll considering our EPL, considering feather. If we have to feather, it's idle, cut off, pull off, and shut off. Take my call to the tower.
Norma Tango Zulu, go ahead and track outbound.
Track outbound 243, 8,000, November Tango Zulu. November Tango Zulu ready for departure.
Norma Tango Zulu, runway 25, caution, bed strike hazard exists. Make a left turn, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, left turn, November Tango Zulu. Our ignition condition, flaps 20, fuel and harnesses, 33 degrees, so 1540 for 1590. And looking for birds. Alright, there's 1540, there's 50. I've got a bird up there right in my path. So let's go ahead and pitch up for 73 knots. That's the best angle. Now that we're up and over top of them, now we can go ahead and level off a little bit. You can see here, my ITT's right around 740 is what I want, and I'm right at the top of the green on both the torque and ITT. And I'm a little bit higher up on my torque than I would be if I was up in the mountains. So I have to be more careful when I am adjusting my power, my prop down here at sea level, because it will spike up a little bit. Now we're up over 1,000 feet, just about. We'll go 0 degrees flaps. And as I bring my prop back, watch the torque number. It will rise up initially. And then it kind of slowly works its way back down eventually. But see how it's gone up a full 100 foot-pound of torque just by pulling the prop back to 2,000? If I'm already at the very top of the green at sea level, when I pull it back, it will actually spike a little bit faster, but it actually goes up. Now we can go ahead and pull our ITT back to 720 for the climb, and go ahead and call for our departure. Midday. Tower November Tango Zulu departed time 5-6, so we'll be tracking 243 on climb 8,000, estimating Hagen 35.
November Tango Zulu, Roger, copy the departure, no reported traffic, 25 miles, Medellin, contact Mosby, 120.16598. Good day, sir.
120.16598 at 25, good day, November Tango Zulu. Alright, passing 2600 already. We're climbing really fast out today at 1400 feet, so let's turn our igniters off, do our landing light off. We'll leave our pulse lights on for now. Engine inlet back to normal. Bring our ITT back on up to 720. And our prop just a tiny bit back to 2000. There we go. Okay, well, let's go ahead. We're climbing out 1,600 feet per minute because we're empty. And sea level, this thing always performs pretty amazing at sea level. We want to go over the approach plate and then also potentially our arrival plate, just so that I'm kind of going through the whole process of what it would be like if it was a cloudy day. It's clearly not. If it was a cloudy day, what I would have to do to get into a place, a mountain airstrip. It's not really a mountain airstrip. It's in the mountains at the base of them, but it's still just a big, huge paved runway. We basically have one arrival into Mount Hagen. I'm wondering if there's anything else. Let me just look. Might not have just saved them in here. Let's see, we've got arrival. Nope, we've got one arrival and one approach. Yeah, we'll do this. We probably just won't do... everything's starting really high though. You know what, I think I'm just going to go to amended 10,000. That way I don't have to get different amended stuff. Because it's a beautiful day, we'll just stay at our sector minimum altitude of 10,000 feet right across there. Rather than going all the way up to 12.2 initially, and then we'll just start at 10,000 and then work our way in from there. That way I can do the full procedure. I mean, it's just a GPS approach, so there's really nothing that special about it, but go ahead and tell up tower. And Tower November Tango will be on climb amended 10,000.
November Tango Zulu, amended 10,000, no reported traffic.
November Tango Zulu. Alright, 200 to go. That's what that chime is every time. It's if I'm within 200 feet below or above whatever my desired altitude is, then it will chime up. Just to remind you to actually level off, but I forgot to actually, my autopilot to level me off. A bit of left rudder pressure as we're getting our speed up. We'll hit our altitude, and then our speed's already up to about what we want, 130-ish, so we'll pull our torque all the way back. I've still got a lot of left rudder pressure, just pushing on it. Because my speed, I'm in a big climb, and now I'm not in a big climb. We'll get a little bit of rudder pressure off with the rudder trim. Okay, now that we're up here 10,000, let's go ahead and select our approach. We only have one. So we could do it via Alpha or Bravo. So Bravo is going down the Woggy Valley. Alpha is out here, sort of out here. Not really, but we're going to go ahead and pick Alpha. We'll put our minimums on Barrow, and we are going down to 7150. There we go. And we'll go ahead and load that in. Come to big screen here, and we'll kind of see. So there's Alpha way over here. A little off my track. Don't really need to go over there because it's a beautiful day. If it was a day where I was in clouds and unable to remain VFR, then that's what I would do. That's the initial approach fix. And that one works out the best for me to be able to get into the Waggy Valley. But today we're just going to go to our intermediate fix of Echo India. We'll start the approach there at 10,000. We're just now approaching 25 miles today. They're having a lot of issues with HF radio. I don't know if there's a sun flare, I don't know. But today, HF, I've been told, is not working, or it's very, very spotty, they said. Orsby 1201, November Tango Zulu transfer.
November Tango Zulu, most we get?
November Tango Zulu, 25 miles to the west of Madang, maintaining 10,000, estimating Hagen time 3:05.
November Tango Zulu, November 10,000, or for the traffic, QNH 1010.
1010, November Tango Zulu.
Tango Zulu.
Another thing that we can go over now, while it's a nice dull part of the flight, is we'll go over what the airport looks like. I don't know which one we'll be landing on today. Doesn't really matter. Either way, we're kind of coming in from this direction. We have ATIS here, 128.9. I don't know if it works. I think it does, so we'll just put it in there. And then when I start seeing an RX there receiving, then I'll know that I'm getting it. So the approach gets us down to 7150, and touchdown elevation is right around 5,400 feet. And there's really not that much on it. So let's go 120.5 for our tower. That's our next frequency that we'll need. Yeah, it brings us down to about 1,700 feet above the ground. Oh, not that low. Right, I'm starting to get receiving here, so let's go ahead and tune that in.
Mount Hagen Airport. Information Foxtrot. Time 2312 Zulu. Arrival 30. Departure 30. Aircraft with maximum takeoff weight above 5,700 kilograms to execute 180-degree turns. Must do it at turning nodes or at runway threshold ends. Wind variable 3 knots. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. Haze. Cloud. View 2,000 feet. Temperature 21. Dew point 16. QNH 1026. Caution, bird strike hazard exists within flight strip.
Alright, there you go. 1026 on the altimeter. We'll get that changed once we get up here to Echo India. Runway 30. So we're basically coming in, and then we're going to go into a right base. And the temperature is 21. So one thing that we can do here, come on down here to temp comp, and then we can go 21 is what it is.
Confirm estimate again.
November Tango Zulu, estimating Hagen 3:5.
November Tango Zulu. 15 miles again, contact Hagen Tower 120.5.
15 miles, contact Tower November Tango Zulu. Let's come on over here, hit activate approach, but then what it's going to do is let me hit heading mode. Let's activate the approach, but then let's come on down here to Echo India and go just direct there. We'll highlight these to cyan, that way it gives me vertical guidance at least, so let me know when to start going down if I need to, but it's obviously right there at Echo India. So let's go ahead and start getting everything wrapped up. Before we come in, landing performance, 62 knots, Our approach speed. Our fuel selectors are on, our TAWS is on, our lights and inlet. And on this one, if we, I mean, it's beautiful weather, but if we had to go around for landing, it's just power up, 20 degrees of flaps, maneuver is required, reset ITC 740. All right, now we're starting to come up here on the chart. Once we get to Echo India, we can immediately start going down to 8,800, which isn't a lot, especially in 5 miles, so we don't need to zoom down. And then the next one, if it was a cloudy day, I would come down at my max 1,000 feet per minute. Because this does not have any vertical guidance on this one, it's just an LNAV, you can see right up here, which is just basically kind of like a localizer where it's basically just keeping you on a specific track, but it's not giving you like a glide slope coming in. I'm gonna go on down to my minimum descent altitude of 7150. At that point, then I will just break off the approach and enter into a right base for 30. Typically, I'd also be slowed down on, like, you know, basically my configuration for shooting an approach by Echo India. I think I'm still going to do that today just for the sake of the practice of it. Alright, let's go ahead and change our QNH to 1026.
Vertical track.
You head on back down, that brought me up almost 500 feet, that's crazy. So let's head on back down to 10,000 feet. Hagen Tower, November Tango Zulu.
November Tango Zulu, Hagen Tower, good morning, good.
Good morning, November Tango Zulu, 15 miles to the east, 10,000 on descent. Setting up to shoot the practice approach via Echo India at this time. Your circuit time, 31.
November Tango Zulu, Roger, runway 30, traffic for Kilo Sierra Yankee. Taxing this time for runway 30, we'll be rolling off runway 30 on a right turn outbound via for Kairek. Departure will be on climb 10,000. Additional traffic, Mike Alpha Golf, Cessna Caravan. Rolling off 12 on a right turn now, we'll be departing via Kota. Departure will be on climb 10,000. Call again Echo Foxtrot.
Copy traffic by 2, call again Echo Foxtrot, November Tango Zulu.
Kilo Yankee, ready.
Alright, 8,800. Let's head on
Kilo
down.
Sierra Yankee, runway 30, the right turn, clear for takeoff. 30 right turn, clear for takeoff, Kilo Sierra Yankee.
10 degrees of flaps. Alright, 8,800 feet. We're just about there at 400 feet per minute, so let's go 500 feet per minute. Alright, let's hit approach.
Mike Alpha Golf, copy departure in the Kota, contact Moss 128.5, no contact 6538. 128.5, 6538, hit the Kota, Mike Alpha Golf.
Turn flaps to go where we are, right where we want to be. We've got a plane taking off, and he's going to be heading out that direction. The other airplane's heading out that direction, and we're coming in and then basically entering into a right base for 30. Alright, so we're looking for around 110 knots indicated on approaches in the Kodiak. At least that's how we fly them. I know some people fly them a little bit faster. That's just what our SOPs require us to do. Alright, approaching Echo Foxtrot at 26 seconds. Here we go. And now we're going down to our minimum. 2150. November Tango Zulu, Echo Foxtrot.
November Tango Zulu, Roger, confirm you want to continue the approach to Echo Mike?
I'd like just to break off for a right base 30, November Tango Zulu.
November Tango Zulu, Roger, break off through, call again right base, runway 30.
Call again right base 30, November Tango Zulu. Okay, so I actually looked at this wrong. It's 7,054, not 7154. So it actually lowered me a full 100 feet by putting in the actual temperature composition, which is actually pretty nice. So we're at 110 knots. We're coming in before Echo Mike, which is my mist.
down to 7,050 today. And it's getting, you can guys see, it's fairly close. I'm only 4.5 miles away, and it's going to be bringing me in at like 1,700 feet. So by the time I get there, yeah, basically over top of the field is my missed approach. So we're going to go ahead and break off now. We'll go 20 degrees of flaps. Our OBS, you guys can see the runway comes over here to 300. Puts a line out there. There's the other airplane heading out that direction. November Tango Zulu, right base, 30.
November Tango Zulu, runway 30, clear to land.
Clear to land, 30, November Tango Zulu. Right, I just went full flaps early on just because I'm pretty high up.
Minimums.
There's my minimums. That would be right over top of the field, so yeah, not the most ideal. We're gonna go ahead and land long today because we're going all the way down to the very end. So we'll probably land on the 2,000 foot marker area because there's no point in landing anything before that. And I'm already high, so that works out well for me. Light over white, we'll fly all night, so we're definitely high, but that's okay. Alright, this is looking pretty good. We're going to be going again for like the 2,000 foot marker. We're coming in at 550 on the descent, which is right where I want to be.
500.
6 knot crosswind. Watch out, bird. Alright, runway is clear. We're continuing. A little bit of wind shear. Oh, birds. We're just trying to get hit today. Well, there you go, guys. This is Hagen. This is where MAF has all their maintenance and things like that. We're actually, that's what I'm picking up today, is one of their mechanics to bring down to Goroka so they can work on some of our planes down there for something that I guess we can't do. Thanks for watching, and see you guys next time.